do a cookie. Now, this is an unusual video for me. And yes, you've seen me in my evening attire, yes. And I'm not in my normal sunny vibes. It is about, what time is it? It is 10:30 at night here. I'm in it's my room, but it's my spare room, chill out room, hang out room, makeup room. It's my room, okay? The husband's asleep in the other room and I don't want to bother him. But Chantal's writing a book. She's writing a complete novel this evening. She, for some reason, in the last hour has put out 3 rather large community posts. And I would love to do a book reading for you this evening. Yes. Now, she started off about an hour ago with this picture that my dear friend Sarah Jane Skinny Queen Reacts has even used as a thumbnail because she's got a sense of humour about herself. She was caught with the camera open, got an unfortunate angle, and Chantal has decided that this is the picture and she's labelled it cute. You know what? It is cute. I have since responded on my own community post with a very unflattering picture of Chantal in her golf dad shirt. But that's another story. We're here to hear the words of Foodie today. So I'm going to do some reading for you tonight and we're going to respond. When we've got some thoughts, we're going to talk it out. So are we ready? Everybody grab a seat, get comfy, sit down, and let's get going. Okay, here we go. I'm going in from the first to the last so you can see how she's working herself up into a foamy mouthed frenzy. Okay, so let's go. And yes, I have my Nana glasses on. Aren't they fabulous? Okay, ready? Let's go. Okay, so how do you know if I read the Quran or not? And anyway, why is it anyone's business? Have all of you Christians read the whole Bible? I bet not. But you are also self-righteous. Just because I didn't read anything on ghosts doesn't mean I never started reading it. I'm a new revert, and the only person I have to answer to is Allah, not any ignorant person on the internet. If you are one of the weirdos who picks apart everything I say and do on this platform, you really need to find some joy in your life and stop obsessing over mine. You are not funny. You are grown adults who are seriously stunted to do what you do for hours, poking at anything, hoping you will cause a negative reaction in me. And this is what you live for. If you don't recognize that as being sad and truly pathetic, I will pray for you. Well, somebody's annoyed, but she is going to pray for us. She is going to pray through the rage. I wonder what's happened to get her panties in such a twist. I mean, I hope they're modest undies. Are they modest undies? She's really popping off. Now, I just don't think she's reading the Quran because she's as dumb as dog shit. She doesn't seem to know anything about anything. She's practiced praying. I don't know if she's actually praying. She says she's doing a lot of praying for us. Quite frankly, you can keep your prayers, Chantal. Don't need them. I clearly have my own way of maneuvering through the universe. And your prayers mean squat to me. But thanks a lot. And who dare try and be funny? Funny about Chantal. There's nothing funny. It's all serious business. This is all meaningful nonsense. No humour to be had. All right, next post. This is a long one, guys, so please bear with me. Now, this one is mainly just a vent about FFG and BBJ. So in between, I might stop and discuss little bits and just counter argue or completely agree if she's right. We'll see when we get there. Okay, you ready? Let's go. This was an hour ago again. So this one's almost backed up straight on top of the first one I just read. Okay, also, all of you morons calling me a cat killer etc., etc., and praising FFG for rescuing, in quotation marks, BBJ and are supporting her vile actions, you and FFG are the cat abusers. Let's break it down, shall we? Now, I don't know if anybody's ever been accused of cat abuse by taking their cat to vets for vet care, medicine, blood tests, but it is a unique point of view. Let's continue. The only reason that loser took BBJ was to use her and exploit her for money, which you idiots all gave her. They do give FFG money, and it really burns Chantal's butt that FFG makes tons more money than Chantal does. It's unexplainable why people would want to support FFG instead of Chantal. Just can't put my finger on it. Continue. The cat is 21. The vet says 17. Chantal says 21. Let's meet in the middle, say she's 19. She's 19, which the vet even said was impressive, and that the cat looked fine other than the nails. And if the nails growing super fast was not an age thing, why was Sam's fine? The reason Sam's nails were fine is because he used to climb up on the bench and strum on them. BBJ could not do that because of her arthritis and because she's old. And probably because they kept... And she wasn't as active as Sam. Sam was a bit getting about, running around on the tiles and things like that. And we don't know that Sam's weren't. We know that BBJ's aren't because we've seen FFG take it to the vet. We don't know what Sam's nails were like. We're only taking your words for it, and your word doesn't mean anything. Next point. If I'm a cat killer for wanting to euthanize BBJ, BBJ does not need to be euthanized. You wanted to be able to euthanize her, to get rid of her, to just be awash of it, not have to be concerned about anymore. She is not a cat that is would be sanctioned for euthanization. She doesn't have conditions that would be worth putting down. So that's a counter argument for that one. I absolutely believe in humane euthanasia for pets. Then FFG is a double dog killer because she actually did euthanize her dogs. I also believe in euthanasia for animals that are in so much pain, and it is literally the only relief for them. BBJ is not in that kind of agony. She's not terminal. She is a cat with health conditions that can be managed, and she can have an extremely viable life. She's already on the uptick with the care that she's getting. The day that she had her claws removed was a day that she was starting to be free from pain. You should be grateful instead of raging about it. Second of all, FFG's dog was being taken care of. It was the medication she was giving, for one thing, that caused another side effect. She wasn't prolonging its pain. She was trying to fix the dog, and she was given information that this treatment, short term, would work great for her dog. Things didn't go in that right direction. She was doing care for her dog. She was fighting tooth and nail to keep those dogs alive. So she's either too quick to euthanize them, or she was fighting too hard to keep them alive. You have to pick an argument, Chantal. She can't be a euthanizer and prolonging their pain at the same time. Which one is it? You're an idiot. BBJ needs to be euthanized at this point, and FFG is being a selfish see you next Tuesday, keeping her alive and dragging her frail 21-year-old body into a vet for tests, etc. Well, the vet said she's actually doing quite well. I would believe the vet over you any day of the week. You want her to be euthanized because then it solves all your problems, and you can't be held accountable for the way that you've treated your cat. That's why you wanted her euthanized. Push it all under the rug. Okay. Of course she has severe arthritis, you morons. She is 21. It is animal abuse to keep her living at this point. No, it's not. It's manageable. She can get a shot. She'll be fine. FFG has a pattern of animal abuse. No, she doesn't. No, she absolutely does not have a pattern of animal abuse that we know of. We know that she loved those dogs. absolutely love those dogs. The only person who has a pattern of animal abuse that has been proven from your past admittance, stuff that you've admitted to, is you, Chantal, not FFG, you. You're the only person claiming that she abused and has prolonged the pain of her dogs. That's coming from you. And coming from you means nothing. Keeping her suffering dog alive and subjecting it to medication. No, giving it medication to relieve its pain is not subjecting it to anything. It's actually part of caring and loving a dog is to get it the medicine that it needs. Okay, but you wouldn't know anything about that. When in the end, she euthanized it anyway, and she will do the same with BBJ. And when BBJ gets to a point where she's critical and terminal and in complete and utter agony every single day, that would be the right thing to do, but BBJ is not at that stage. That's the thing. That's the thing you're not computing. BBJ is not a cat that would be classified for euthanasia. She's not there. No matter how much you want it to be to get rid of the problem, she's not there. You got it? I don't think you've got it, but I hope you get it. Okay. Anyway, and she will do the same with BBJ, and you will all applaud her like morons as usual because your hate for me, for whatever reason, blinds you from her emotional manipulation, which is ironically what you accuse me of doing with my audience. Lamau. Okay, no, we could all sit down and write a 2-page list for the reasons we dislike and distrust you. They are not ambiguous. They are not fuzzy. They're not a reach. The reasons the audience don't like you, Chantal, is very clear, concise, and clear cut. You have many, many, many faults and flaws and characteristics and behaviors that people just detest. And you can try and be like, oh, it's just whatever. No. People have voiced the reason they don't like you. And they are valid reasons. Don't try and muddy the waters. You know why people don't like you. And it was before the BBJ stuff. There's stuff before it. There's so many reasons, and you know what they are. And I don't have the time to list them all. Maybe another day, but not today. Okay. Lastly, and most importantly, for the morons with no brains as usual, I guess that must be me. I was taking BBJ to the vet just because I was a few weeks late doing so doesn't mean it is animal neglect. No, it actually does. It actually does mean that's animal neglect. It does, okay? If you know your cat is suffering and you sit in your house, stuffing your face, whinging and whining, getting high, moaning and bemoaning about your husband that's in another country, instead of getting your stupid dumb ass up into your Kia with your cat and taking her to the vet to get her cared, to get her treated, to get her looked after, that is neglect. It would be like your child falls down, breaks their wrist, and you don't take them to the hospital when they're telling you that they're in pain. My arm hurts, it's throbbing. And you'd be like, nah, you're right. We'll go in a couple of weeks. We'll just see we'll go in a couple of weeks. I don't have time, I couldn't be bothered. It's the same thing. You said in Kuwait, you were going to take her the week you got back because you knew she was having problems. Before you left for Kuwait, you said you were going to take her to the vet. The year before that, you were supposed to take her 6 weeks 6 weeks after her first initial set of blood tests. You weren't a couple of weeks late. You're a year overdue. Don't play these games, Chantal. It's not a few weeks overdue. You are overdue. You could have had a baby in the time that you needed to take BBJ to the vet. Stop it. I have always loved and cared for my pets. If you remember from the literal proof I posted that FFG's BRTCH sister-in-law refused so that FFG could milk BBJ's health conditions, which are normal at 21. Life expectancy for a cat is less than this. No, it's not normal for a 21-year-old cat to have their ears full of gunk because they can't clean them because they're in too much pain from their claws. That is not normal from a 21-year-old cat. That is normal for a cat that is not exposed to grooming, that is not exposed to an owner that checks their ears, who has taken their cat to a vet to say, look, this is something you might need to watch with an elderly cat. The UTI is something that would have been picked up as well had you taken it to a vet. These are not normal conditions for any cat of any age. It is for them to get it, but it isn't normal for them to go untreated. That's not the normal part. Don't try and downplay this. Don't try and make it less than it is. She has health conditions that were preventable by you, but you ignored them. You omitted basic care for your cats, and those neglected parts of her bum, ears, claws, fur, teeth, mouth, have all been shown by the vet check for FFG. You should just shut up and be grateful that that cat now her health is improving because she's getting the care that she requires. No matter how much you try and sell this, Chantal, you're never going to sell us that BBJ needed to be put down. Your deepest, darkest desire was to be able to put that cat down. And now the FFG tricked you and swindled you. You're mad that we know that you're a cat abuser. I'm so glad to be far away from your stank, loser ass where you cannot stalk me anymore. She's not stalking you. You want her to look like a stalker because then that makes you look like a victim. Not a stalker. Okay? All right. Next one. And by the way, all the comments are shut off on all of these. So she's in the kitchen, but she can't take the hit, but she refuses to leave the kitchen. She never cooks anything anyway. It's all takeaway. But next one. Okay. Obsession. She talks about how she's obsessed. Okay. Another picture of Sarah in the kitchen with a hairnet. Oh my God. Now, oh, sorry. So you can actually see the picture. I would be so mortified if somebody showed a picture like that. Oh, it's a nothing picture. It's a nothing burger. Okay, it just means that Sarah's sanitary when she's in the kitchen. That's all that says to me. All right, so next. Okay, so this was 58 minutes ago. So this was like 2 minutes after the other two. Okay, yeah. Still cuter than you, heffalump, with a Melba toast personality. I think she's talking about Sarah. Now, this idiot will make a 4-hour live stream with her Christian friend. I think she's talking about my friend Farida. Fat friend fat shaming me, crying that I am fat shaming them when she made a post fat shaming me. First, in this picture, Lamau, I can't. Okay, I'm going to say the obvious. Chantal, your size is shocking to people. It's shocking to people. You are a short woman who doesn't seem to be concerned about her health at all, and your size is connected to your health is connected to your size. And you have gained a lot of weight really, really fast since this Kuwait thing has started. Now, I'm not as fat as you, so I am, and I used to be big, so I can honestly say that scares me. The size of you there is frightening to me, especially where your fat is. Sala is a soggy piece of white bread. He's gross and nobody likes him. He's got a horrible personality, boring. He's like a block of wood, boring, and he's not cute. You can think he's sexy all day long. You can think he's hot, but hun, you're never going to convince us that he is an attractive dude. He's just not. Like, he's kind of like, okay, once he opens his mouth, he drops points, if you know what I mean. Like, you could probably look at him and think, okay. And if he had a stunning personality and was funny and smart and kind and lovely and sweet and not a dickhead, you could possibly see a glimmer of attractiveness there. But because he's such a douche and because he's such a dipshit, You can't look at him but think he's a soggy piece of toast. Like, bleh. Okay, let's see if there's anything new. Okay, one more. We've got one more. Okay, so this was 42 minutes ago. So she slowed down. She took a breath, might have gone to the toilet, had a bit of a drink, sat down, took a deep breath, and she's continued. Okay, so let's go. Okay, so I think this one may be targeted towards Kaya, okay? Her Kuwait content is so boring. It is so boring, like facts. So why do you spend 3 hours watching and reviewing it then? Because you're horrible and we like to talk about the horrible things you do. That's why. Serious question. And Kuwait is not nearly as boring as sitting on your asses and smoking 2 packs of darts in your she shed talking about my life. Oh my God. Yes, I am raging. How can I not when people are this stupid? You can just turn off the social media and not look at the stuff we say and do and just go about your life and spend time with your hot husband and play with your hairy and start reading the Quran, perhaps go for a walk. Maybe you could food prep some food, clean your house, unpack, do some laundry, go and meet some people outside of the house, maybe get to know the neighbours. There's plenty of things you could be doing other than sitting raging about us. And just like there are other things that I could be doing other than making this video. But you know what? We're both choosing to do these things. No more than I'm choosing to do this, you're choosing to do that. I'm sitting here having a great time. You're sitting there pissed off. It's all about attitude. But anyway, this has been quite entertaining and funny. I don't know why this brings me so much joy. I just imagine her just sitting there, just typing, hard typing, just foaming at the mouth. These bitches. She's home with her hubby. She should be happy, but she won't allow herself to be truly happy. She just wants to be mad, And you know what? It's great fun for us. Well, guys, let me know what you think about the post. If I missed any points or missed anything vital, throw it in the comments. And if you'd like to hit the like button, do it. And if you haven't already, subscribe. And I'll see you tomorrow probably, maybe. Okay, bye. Just give it